Is this how you spell niche? No, not at all. Nice. So here we have every subclass in the game. Minus 2 books. This is a little earlier. This is missing 2 books. This is missing Von Richten's, and it's missing Draconheim. Which had a couple spell subclasses. I don't fucking know a thing about them though, so that's great. So we're just gonna do this. I'm trying to think of how to make these tiers, right? So in my head, and we're not gonna deep dive very many, but I will deep dive a couple. Just my favorites. And some of them I might refresh. So we got all the books on deck, and I got them online as well. Oh, first let's update the death count though. Make that zilch, and then 93 plus 33 is 26. Yeah. Okay. How's the audio mixing? Is it too niche? That's that philosopher, right? If I need to turn something up or down, let me know. So the way I've ordered these tier lists is, and there's only a couple tier lists, so this is gonna get really big. This used to be S, A, B, C, D, E, F. First of all, it goes D to F, so whatever. But also this game is too balanced. There aren't F tier subclasses. There are D tier. E doesn't make sense, so I deleted 2 rows. I might add another row. But I think the worst a class can be is like, it should get reworked and you should not play it. That's the worst a class can be. F tier is like a failure of game design, and I don't think any classes at the moment, I don't think, are so bad that they're F. But D is like, you are worse now that you play it. You're worse off. S is always good. This is hard to make a bad character. If you pick this subclass and you're bad, your character's not performing well, it's a fucking miracle. And then right in the middle of the road we got situational. So I'm struggling what to name this, but it's A tier, right? And I'll give it a proper name maybe at some point, maybe not. And then the next thing we're gonna break down is what are we basing things off of? And I've seen a couple tier lists that are like, what's the strongest? What's the best roleplay? What's the funnest, most fun? I'm gonna kind of use a lot of those on as different axes. So for me, smear list. So for me, the best class is, it's evocative. It's something that you instantly get pictures of a character when you think of it, and that's kind of subjective, but whatever. Additionally, it's a class that's good. You're gonna use abilities that are helpful, and you're gonna be able to have a role to play and always be adding value. And ideally those things go together, right? Like, there are a lot of subclasses in this game that are good, but they don't play the way they should, if that makes sense. And there are classes that are bad, and the actual mechanics don't fit the vibe either. Yeah, but let's name this. Let's name this tier list. This little tier here. It's not always good, but it's pretty good. Are you comparing the subclasses amongst each other? Yeah, so we're not breaking this down by wizard. All wizards versus all wizards. It's every class against every class, right? So that means that cleric is baseline going to be above the rest of the classes, because the base class is so strong. So this is not only a subclass tier list, but a class tier list, somewhat. Right? And how many of these do I know? I feel like I know most of them. I've done a lot of research. I'm feeling pretty good. And also, you know, I want input, right? So I know you guys have played a couple classes, so let me know what you think. Okay, so this is tough. So it starts off with Wizard, right? And also, let me say, how are you gonna talk about class you haven't played? I mean, I know how D&D works, so like if I read them, I know what they're gonna do. And there's a surprising, I haven't played full classes. I have never played a Bard, ever. That's next on my list, I think. A lot of these classes I've looked into, I'm like, holy shit, I have to play this immediately. But they're all like wizards. I've played most wizards. I will say that. I've never played a sorcerer. Sorcerer is my biggest blind spot. I did a good amount of research on sorcerers, though. I have never played a druid. I have never played a ranger. I've never played a rogue. And I've never played a monk. So yeah, I DM more often, but I think because I DM, I'm familiar with all of these classes at the very least, and a good amount of the subclasses. Right? 1 second, I gotta change my mix. Is that better? No. Oh, whatever. Is Artificer here? Yes, Artificer's right here. These 4 little guys. This one I'm pretty confident with. I'm very familiar with the Artificer. Okay. And a little forward here. A lot of how to be good. So, okay, first of all, being good is irrelevant in most situations. And by that I mean picking the strongest class and having the best numbers and crunching them all and power gaming. Right? Somebody who is not creative and doesn't try weird things and doesn't know the game very well, playing this music down, you up. Give me 1 sec. Music down, me up. I think I turned the music too low, probably, right? Better? Or was it good? Or did I not go far enough? X-Tag, baby! What's shaking? I'm glad you're here. Good to see you. I'm doing a tier list of every D&D subclass. It's gonna be a fucking mission. And then we might make a character. It sounds good? You want me to turn it down more? Let me know. Okay, anyway, as I was saying, the best player playing the worst class is going to do better than... Hey, Wahoo, thanks for the resub. 9 months, the sub babies are coming up. I appreciate you, I really do. Thank you. Yeah, the best player playing the worst class is going to do better than the worst player playing the best class. Having the strongest possible character is not that important, unlike when you're playing like a game like Apex. It's less important just because there's so much freedom in D&D, right? Additionally, power gaming doesn't really belong, at least at my tables. If you're like, I'm gonna sit down and take a 3-part multi-class because I want to be as strong as I can, that's not the vibe I go for. I don't like playing with those I typically don't like playing with that. It's not for me. Are you factoring in roleplay ability? Yes. I'm just factoring in how evocative it is of a character and how excited I am to think about playing it and how easy it is to work the vibe of the subclass into the character. You can roleplay the worst subclass just as well One can, assuming you're amazing at roleplay, but a lot of classes are a lot more conducive to roleplay than others, right? How long does the IRL word ban last? You're not banning a word right now. I'm sorry, it's off the table. I'll refund your points, but don't waste your time. I don't want you to ban something. That's just, I got a lot going on, and it's not an option right now. I'm actually thinking about removing that, banning things. It fucking pisses me off. To be quite honest, sorry for swearing. Unless you're gonna ban a swear word, then that could be good for me. Let me know the word. Say it in chat, and I'll let you know. Maybe I'll accept. But I don't want to put too many more constraints than I already have. Yeah, but as I was saying, like, right, like, let's take 2 subclasses for example. Hunter Ranger, right? Versus a Fiend Warlock. One of those is a lot easier to roleplay. One of those, it's not that it's easier exactly, well it is, but it comes packaged with roleplay. Right? If you don't have an idea in your head, it's got plenty. Kappa. Ban the word ban. Do I look normal right now? I disagree. I think you're particularly good at role-playing a character. You can roleplay any class well. You can roleplay any class well, in the same sense that any class can be good. But the things that are more conducive to that are better, right? No class is roleplay null. Should you make a 2D tier list? What does that mean? What is 2D? It is 2D. Where's the 3D? You seeing a Z-axis I'm not seeing? Or do you mean an alignment chart? Because that would be cool. You could do most to least fun to best to worst. But that being said, I'm not ready to make it a full axis. How like roleplay conducive or fun it is. Because I haven't played all of them. I have a good idea for a lot of them. 4D tier list. Holy shit, you guys. I need to catch up. I'm not operating the way you guys are operating. You guys are too lit. And once again, I said this before, but if you've played this class, or this subclass, I want you to weigh in. I would love for you to weigh in. Or if you have an idea about it or anything, you know, I want this to be a cooperative thing. I don't want it to be my tier list. I want it to be our tier list, right? That being said, I will hold my own if you try and bully me into changing something. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Warlock fucks. Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. The number one. Okay, wait. Also, let's do a prediction. Let's do a prediction really quick. I'm gonna choose some random options. So the prediction is, what class is gonna have the number one subclass? Oh, can I just do all of them? Oh, I can. Okay. It's like not alphabetical. Sorry. You're just gonna have to deal with that, I guess. I'm gonna give you guys like 10 minutes. Do I have Ranger? Do I... What am I missing? Oh, I can only do 10. That's okay. Alright. 10 prediction poll, or 10-sided prediction. This might get a little silly. Yeah. Okay, Poggers. Can we think of a name for the A tier, guys? I'm struggling. Oh, additionally, we have all of the books. I have all the books in front of me, but I also... Well, let's get that out of there. I also have them online. So we can pull it up if we want to look at it. Base prediction. I did it for you, so I'm glad you like it. What did you pick? You picked option 1. Interesting. Yeah, I thought a lot of you guys would pick that. Who knows? Maybe you're right. Maybe you're not. Okay. Advantage. Oh, that's great. And it's perfect too, because why is this like off? Why is this not centered? There we go. Because they're at an advantage. Oh, it's DUE. This would be so much cooler if it was disadvantaged. No way, don't fit. Sorry. Okay. And let's change the colors up. Fuck it. Make this baby lighter. And we're gonna make this green. I don't know why. Let's come on. That's better. Okay. So this is tough because we're starting with Wizard, and if you don't know, the original Wizard subclasses are based in the schools of magic, and they aren't tremendously different, right? The main feature they get at low level, and low level features are weighed more heavily than high level features, right? Why is that? You're always going to use them. If a class is really good at level 20, but it sucks level 15 down, it's going to be a worse subclass, right? Advantage equals can't go wrong. I like advantage more because it makes sense. You're at an advantage. Can't go wrong is good. Like you. Also, you can play any subclass in the game, even the worst ones. I'm playing. I'm in the. Bye. All right, Max. You can name a different tier. How's that? Because I really like the name for that one. You can name a different tier. What was I saying? Yeah. I'm in between a two shot, right? I'm joking. I don't want to offend you. I don't want to be mean. Solid names. Thank you. With a base, not Battlemaster. Oh god, the really bad Ranger subclass, Beastmaster. And Beastmaster got reworked. The original Beastmaster sucks, and I have a player playing it doing fine. It doesn't. Also, this isn't a combat heavy one, so it doesn't exactly matter. That being said, if this were a normal campaign, he would be worse off. But like, it's not the biggest deal. It's not a huge deal. But this is for fun. Mr. Beastmaster, fucking banger, dude. Fucking banger. Okay. Anyway, yeah, wizards. So they get different at higher levels, right? So essentially for these first couple of subclasses for wizard, it's how good is the school of magic? Because the different feature they get is they're better at copying down spells from spells that belong to that class of spell, right? That's not the whole deal, right? Like, for example, Abjuration gets, they get like a warding shield that absorbs damage, which is decent. It's decent, and it's attached to a wizard, which is very good. Okay. I would say Abjuration is our first. It's very middle. It's good. there's a lot better wizard subclasses and there's better casters. Blade Singing is very good. Not exceptional. So, Blade Singer is this wizard subclass that's a Gish, and a Gish means a class that stabs and casts spells, right? And those are either really good or really bad, depending on how they're made. But typically they're good. Blade Singing is really strong. Base Singer. I really want to play a Blade Singer. Think of it as the inverse of the Eldritch Knight. It's a wizard that gets a little bit of fighter, right? They're kind of bound to using a one-handed weapon and an empty other hand, which is for casting spells. So it's a little limited in what they can do martially, but having that little cherry on top of a wizard makes a very strong class. And it's really cool, right? Imagine it. The whole vibe is like you're this wizard, who's like learned like the Blade song and the song of whatever the fuck it is. And basically like you've studied how to incorporate magic into your sword. It's very like Redguard Elder Scrolls. It's really cool. There's a problem. It's a little multi-attribute dependent, which we're gonna call mad. It's a little mad. And if a class is multi-attribute dependent, it requires a couple things. This needs Dex, Intelligence, and Constitution, and it needs them all high, like Yondu. I don't know who Yondu is. Who's Yondu? I recognize that word. Oh, I guess. I mean, the singing's not important, to be honest with you. It's just like the flavor is the singing. Okay, we're gonna have to go a little faster. But I did want to stop on Blade Singer because it's very cool and talk about Mad. Not only do you need all three of those, you need them all high. And then, are you gonna dump Charisma? That's gonna hurt you. Dumping Wisdom's gonna hurt you because you're a frontliner now as a wizard. And you're gonna make Charisma and Wisdom checks often. You're going to make Constitution checks all of the time now. This helps a little bit with con checks, but it's tough. Chronergy, S. Chronergy is really strong. This was added in Matt Mercer's book. And Chronergy's time magic, as Arthur Eggford says, the oldest and strongest of all the magics, and he didn't miss. This lets you act first. It gives you good spells. All the abilities are useful. All of them work together. That's another factor here. If you have a bunch of abilities that are different, you have versatility, but you miss out on building this cohesive, strong character with a single mission. And that's important, right? Because somebody else is going to do what you do better if you do a little bit of everything. Unless you're a bard. Then you're going to do everything the best. Yeah. Very, very strong class. Chronomancer. And really, really cool. Really fun to play. I've played this character. I've played this class. Rug, Goblin, Chronomancer. Loved him. Yeah, great. Conjuration, situational. So abjuration magic is things like shield, things like very good spells, abjuration spells, counter spell, absorb elements. I think conjure elements. Let's take a look. Conjuration spells 5e because I'm not as familiar. I mean, naturally it's conjuring things, but I can't recall. We're lagging. Okay. Can't recall the list. Divination is also very strong. Divination is a lot like Chronergy. They both deal with changing roles, which is just an incredibly powerful feature. Chronergy is a little bit better. Divination's very strong. Acid Splash, Great Bonfire, Infestation, Mage Hand. These are mid. Arms of Hadar are good. A lot of utility, a lot of damage. So this is good to make your Swiss Army Knife Wizard. But also, honestly, most of the wizard subclasses, it does not matter. They're pretty much the same. It just makes you better at using that kind of magic that you're looking at, right? Enchantment, again, solid. Enchantment spells are good. You'll have more of them. Evocation's the blaster. I think Evocation's okay, this is better than this. Evocation is really attractive because shoot big fireball. Wizard's not the best class for blasting, in my opinion. Their ability to like make fireball not hit the party is good, but they're at a certain point you're gonna get spells that are going to, you're not gonna have to worry about that really, about blowing up the party. What is it, molded spell, something like that? I don't remember. It's solid. It's really attractive. It gets outranked by a lot of other classes, even wizard subclasses. Graviturgy kind of sucks. It's another boomy class. Like Evocation's a little worse. In my opinion, I mean it doesn't suck, but comparatively to the rest. Illusion. This is kind of a hot take. I think it's better than all of these. Worse than Bladesing and Divination. Illusion magic is probably the best magic type in the game. It's really fucking good. You can force things to move with gravity. It's good, but it's not as good as the rest of them, right? Like, it's cool. I like it a lot, and it's like like gravity magic is really cool to me. It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't do it for me the way that the other wizard subclasses do it. If you can compel me, I would love to hear it. Yeah, but the illusion subclass features, the illusionist is like you create a duplicate of yourself, which drops off at high level. But it's like being tricky and being creative, and this is only as good as the player. This can suck, but this can be insanely good. You're allowed to make your illusions move, which, fun fact, you usually can't do that. So if your player's like, if you got a player fucking you up with his minor illusion, with their minor illusion, read into it a little more and think about what it says and doesn't say. Because it's really good, especially for cantrip, but it's not tremendous. Necromancy is pretty bad. It's too niche. It's not that good. It requires you to be around dead bodies. It's good for the action economy. It's really cool for roleplay. But I really think the Necromancer is better done in other classes. Is this playing again for the second time? Let's switch it up here. I'm gonna go to the Forest playlist. The spells aren't great. The features aren't amazing. The action economy can be insane if you got like 15 skeletons. You can be a stronger blaster than the other two classes, but you're gonna hurt the party by taking a 15-minute turn. Everyone's gonna like the game less because of you. So you could homebrew in such a way. This is like a prepare your DM kind of class. If I'm running a game and someone walks in, they're like, yeah, I'm a necromancer, I'd be like, I really wish you told me that before we started. Because not only are you going to be worse now, because I didn't plan properly for this, but you and I didn't plan a way to make this work in 5th edition. Scribes is pretty decent. Nah, Abjuration is the best of the situational classes. No corpses? It's just dependent on a lot. You gotta kill little things with low CRs and harvest the bodies. It's cool, but it's not that good. And it fucks over the whole table. You're rolling your 15 skeletons is going to piss everyone off. And yes, eventually you don't need to be around bodies. But like, yeah, the classes, the spells aren't great. It sucks because this is, if all of these classes were equal, I would play Necromancer all the time. It's what appeals to me most, but it's just fucking not that good. For summoners, classes that summon things, they're going to be top or bottom. And Necromancer, unfortunately, is bottom. Actually, Necromancer's due for a rework. Not because it's worse, but they need to figure it out. Yeah, they gotta figure it out. It's due for a rework. That's... How often have you D&D'd? I've been playing on and off for what, like, how long? Like 7 years? 5 years? I'm like consuming the content often. I'm not playing as much as I'd like. But like I read the classes, I read forums, I watch videos fucking all the time. All the time. 6 to 8. Yeah. This is how invested I am. If that helps. It's probably my favorite thing. Just full stop. Transmutation, these are good spells. What actually I don't recall Transmutation Wizard 5e. I don't really recall the subclass features. Let's see. Let's see what the wiki got for me. Second level, you can temporarily alter the physical properties of one non-magical object, changing it from one substance to another. Perform a special alchemical procedure on one object composed entirely of wood, stone, but not a gemstone. Transforming into different. That's cool. So you do the shit that they tried to do in alchemy. What that is fine. The thing is, you'd be like, you originally you're gonna see this, and you're gonna think, I'm gonna turn lead into gold. We're gonna be rich. The amount of time it's gonna take you to do that, you could go kill a monster and make more money. Is that Batman? Holy shit! Where do you? I want that. 6 level, spend 8 hours crafting transmuter stone. You can benefit from yourself. Give it to one other creature. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You just buff a party member. Shape changer. Add polymorph to your spellbook. Obviously, it's already there. That's one of the best spells in the game. But that's spending a spell slot when you do only target yourself and transform. That's very solid, though. That saves you a spell slot, and you could some things with challenge rating 1. This is really good for like utility. Turn yourself into a spider to crawl up shit. Give yourself gills or flight or whatever. You're basically a low-level druid for free. So that's pretty poggers. You cannot do so again until you finish a long or short rest. That's less poggers. Yeah, this is pretty mid. It's cool. I like it. It sounds cool and it would be fun to play. It does not blow me away. Where'd I put that baby? It's definitely worse than Scribes. Oh, I want to talk about Scribes a little bit. Scribes is really cool. Scribes is like all in on the spell book. Sell some junk as gold and ditch town. Does it turn back? Because that's really funny. Imagine you walk into town and you buy something or you sell something to someone, they give you your money and you're walking home, all of a sudden it turns into garbage. You go back to them like, that was gold to me. And then they gotta go hunt down a charlatan. Plat hook. Free plat hook. There you go. Scribes goes all in on their spellbook. The spellbook talks to them. Spellbook does extra shit. The spellbook cannot be destroyed or lost. It's cool. It's like there's a lot about every single class here has a subclass that just doubles down on it. What the class does. It's just wizard squared. It's wizard extra. It's really flavorful. It's really cool. I like it a lot. Okay. War magic is not that great. War magic is like you're gonna go out there and fight. You have advantage on Constitution saving throws, if I recall correctly, which is solid. That being said, when you're frontlining, you're going to take so many Constitution saving throws that it's just a numbers game. Creation Bard can make an object worth like 25 gold for an hour. Dude, a full party of just like Shark Tank, like business majors. And they're just fucking up stuff. Arcane Trickster. Transmuter, or maybe Illusionist. Creation Bard. Trickery Cleric. That's hilarious. Just ruin someone's life. Yeah, Bladesinger is everything War Magic wants to be, essentially. Play this instead. Plot is to build a worldwide multi-level marketing. It's basically what liches do. Okay. I actually don't know about Creation Bard. What book is this from? Tasha's! Man, I'm missing out. I just watched House of the Dragon, by the way. I liked it a lot. Okay. They make things. They're artistes. I do consider my friends in multi-level marketing brainwashed, Drew. Yeah, you gotta get them out of there, man. I mean, maybe let them learn for themselves, but... when you join a 3rd level, you give a creature bardic inspiration die. You can utter a note from the Song of Creation to create a tiny mote of potential which orbits 5 feet around the creature. I like that so far. That sounds cool. Mote is intangible and vulnerable. Last of the bardic person dies. When it uses the die, provides an additional effect. So buffs your bardic inspiration, as most of the subclasses are going to do. Okay. Add it to an ability check. They can roll it again, so roll at advantage. Not even. This is better than advantage because you roll it again and choose, which very rarely can be better than having to take the higher one. Attack roll. Okay, this is really solid. Constitution saving throw. I'm reading this quickly just so we don't spend like hours and hours and hours on this tier list, because I got some other stuff in mind. Okay, I like this. This is also a 3rd level feature. This gets a lot of juice at 3rd level. Animating performance. 6th level. In combat, the item shares your initiative count. Turn, blah, blah, blah. Takes actions, dodge action unless... Okay, so you summon something. You know what? I think this is Misty Moore from Unsleeping City. No, Misty Moore was an Eloquence Bard. Or a Glamour Bard, probably. Because she just cast. This is just a really good version of Animate Object. This is pretty solid, actually. I'm going to give this... I will say it's worse. It's slightly worse than Abjuration. Capstone inbound. I should read the capstone. 14th level. When you use your performance creation feature, you can create more than one item at once. The number of items equals your charisma modifier. Whoa, so probably 5. If you see that number, you choose which previously disappears. That's a huge. That just like makes you 5 times as strong at level 14. Again, at level 14, which does see play, but less than often. That's a really good capstone. Eloquence is very good. Eloquence is S. Eloquence is very good. Let me show you why. When you make a persuasion or deception check, you can treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10. You will never fail a charisma check because you're going to take expertise in 1 or 2 of those. You will never fail those. You will not, because you're going to add 10 to it. You're going to get a 20 every time. A non-natural 20. And you will fail things that are ridiculous. But it's very good. This is just the bard that convinces anyone to do anything. Again, dice manipulation is very strong. Subtract your bardic from the next saving throw they make. You can make them fail saving throws, and making someone fail saving throws is really, really good. Because you can make them fail saving throws for hold monster, hold person, counter spell, whatever. Like the strongest spells in the game. And it just gets better as you go on. We won't spend too much time on this. Really strong class. Glamour, it's poggers, it's not as strong. I like it, it's not as strong. It's worse than Scribes. And Enchantment is better than all of these, actually. Lore's very, very solid. Lore's better than Illusion. You just have extra spells. You have more spells from different classes. Just all in on the casting. It's solid. Again, it's not amazing. It was when there were only a handful of subclasses when the game came out. Lore Bard was probably the second strongest after Moon Druid. But you'll notice later subclasses are better than earlier ones. Spirits. I don't know about this one. Yeah, Bards is kind of a blind spot for me. Spirits Bard. Oh wait, I think I do know this one. It's purple, so I've looked it up before. Guiding Whispers and Guidance. Solid. Reach out to spirits until they tell us that you only spiritual focus. That's a lot going on. You use an action to choose one creature within 30 feet. It tells effect. Okay, so this is just buffing. Yeah, I remember this. It's not amazing, I don't think. It's okay. It's okay. Source Bard. Unfortunately, kind of bad. No, sorry. Swords Bard, very good. Valor Bard, kind of bad. Swords Bard is just a better Valor Bard. Because of that, Valor Bard's due for a rework. These are both people who use a weapon. And you know what? It's actually better than Lore. Yeah, Valor, Swords is just a better Valor Bard. They're different, obviously. They're different. But Valor has been power creeped. It's not very good. It never was very good. And now it's not one you should ever pick. Whispers is really cool. You are all in on pretending to be someone else and whispering and assassinating and becoming someone else, which is really sick. It's worse than... It's dangerous is the thing. Because if you're Eloquence, you'll just convince someone not to do something. Whispers is really good, but it's going to be the top situational. It depends the game you're playing. Alright, Paladin. Ancients, you worship nature. I don't think Spirits is worse than all of those wizards. Yeah, you're right, I just threw it here. Okay, Graviturgy is actually better than a lot of these. Spirits better than Evocation and Conjuration. It's better than Transmutation, and Glamour is better than Graviturgy, but Spirits is not, in my opinion. Ancients is kind of mid. It's really cool. It's kind of mid. You would serve nature. You're basically a vegan. I get kind of mixed up on Conquest, Crown, and Glory, I think. Woo! Vegans! Yeah, that's poggers. You're gonna be probably a stick in the mud. Not that I don't think vegans are. I'm rocking with the vegans big time. But you're like a very good guy who's rocking with nature, and you're gonna probably like you're gonna see shit that's gonna piss you off all the time. You're gonna go Ted Kaczynski mode off. Okay, let's look at them. This would probably be better. RPG bot. Here we go. Nah, that's not it. Does it give us all the subclasses downtown? Oh, cool. Conquest. Yeah, so all of these subclasses get tenets. These are the things you believe in, which is pretty cool. It's all paladins are bumped up for roleplay. Bards and wizards were not as good. We're starting to get into the classes that have baked in roleplay. A wizard just a guy who studies magic. You can make things out of that, of course. A really good character out of that, and often people do. But it's not baked in. All right, channel divinity. Here's the juice. Let's look at these. These are really good spells. These are very good spells. There's a couple of these you won't take. Spiritual weapon is really good. Hold person is really good. Armor of Agathis is very solid. Command is very solid. Cloud kill is really good. But again, 17th level you're getting these spells. So it comes online too late. Paladins get their spells too late. It makes the class worse. I understand that they're not casters. They're hit guys. They hit, but that's worth thinking about. You use your channel divinity to terrifying presence as an action. You can force each creature to make a wisdom saving throw. It becomes frightened. That's okay. Make an attack roll. Channel divinity plus 10 to the bonus roll. That's very solid. Or of conquest. Okay, I'm starting to remember this subclass. Oh yeah, this is mid. It's fine. It's not. It's better than Ancients. Ancients kind of sucks. Okay, let's look at Crown. Oh, Sword Coast. Cool. Command, Compel, Dual, Ward, and Bod, Zone of Truth, or Vitality. Spirit Guardians is great. These are not very good spells. Champion Challenge is a bonus action. You issue a challenge that compels the other creature to do battle with you. Okay, that's solid. This compelling, like Compel Duel and this feature makes people fight you, which is good because there's not a lot of ways to do that in 5e. You can move in a certain way, but tanking doesn't exist in 5th edition beyond these spells because the creatures are smart. They're gonna just not attack the giant guy. They're gonna go for the squishy things. Unless they're like a dog, but you're not fighting that at 3rd level. You're fighting kobolds, and they're smart little guys, and they're gonna try and shoot the cleric, or they're gonna try and blow up the sorcerer, you know? Which makes something like Compel Duel good. You can bolster injured creatures with your channel divinity. Each creature of your choice near you regains hit points. Okay, a little bit of healing. 1d6 plus your charisma modifier. That's not high, but healing in 5th edition kind of sucks, to be honest with you. Healing kind of sucks. Using your action to heal is almost never as good as using your action to mitigate getting hit or deal damage. Almost in every situation. Which is crazy, but that's the way it goes. Strength 7th level, blah blah blah. Substitute your own health. Okay, again, so this is super tanky. Oath of the Crown. I'm gonna say that makes it solid. The Paladin's not gonna be the best tank. The best tank is going to be somebody who doesn't get hit. That's the thing about tanking in this game. Or a druid that turns into a whale and absorbs a shitload of damage and then turns back. Alright. We're gonna go speed mode for a couple of these. Oathbreaker, Oathbreaker's weird because you can become an Oathbreaker in the middle of your game. Because you broke your oath. And now you're like edgy. It's pretty sick though. The fact that you can... Okay, Conquest is better than these three. But the fact that you can get this off of the back of being one of the really strong paladins kind of sucks. Right? One sec. Need to open a Reddit thread really quick, make sure I'm not entirely off base. Make sure I got these right. Tremendous. Okay. There we go. Okay. What do we have next? Devotion. Devotion's like the like mid, not mid, but like vanilla paladin. You know what? Devotion, I feel like is very mid. Essentially they buff people and they do their smites, which is what all paladins do. They just feel like they're missing something. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Glory is very new to me, so I don't know what that is. Oh, wait. Glory. Oh, it's Theros. Guiding Bolt, Heroism, Enhanced Ability, Magic Weapon. Haste is good. The spells are mid. Peerless Athlete. For the next 10 minutes, you have advantage on strength checks. Twice as much weight as normal. That's situational, but that can, like, save your life. Okay, so you're a Greek hero. That's cool. Use your channel divinity as a bonus action. Distribute temporary hit points. That's cool. Kind of helpful. It's awful. It doesn't look amazing. Or that fills your companion supernatural speed. Oof. Yeah, it's all of this is like okay. Gaining one of these for 1 minute. Advantage on charisma checks at level 20. Oof, dude, this is not good. Yeah, no, you weren't kidding. I'm not gonna say rework it. And you know what? I think I'm being harsh on the Ancients. It's okay. It's better than I think. I'm hard on it because I don't think it's as good as other paladins or other classes or other nature classes. Redemption is pretty situational. Let's organize this a little bit. Ancients is actually pretty decent. Oathbreaker is really hard to rate. I don't know. Devotion's mid. Redemption's mid. Vengeance is edgy and it fucking rocks. Vengeance is really good. I like Vengeance a lot. Let me show you really quick. Really quick. I'm gonna try and pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. Hunter's Mark, great. Hold Person, great. Misty Step, great. Haste, great. Banishment, great. Dimension Door, great. Hold Monster, great. Scrying, great. These are banger spells. Abjure enemies, an action present your holy symbol, denunciation, channel divinity, choose a creature 6 feet you can see, make a wisdom save, or unless it's immune to being frightened, fiends have disadvantage on saving throw. Failed save, creature's frightened for 1 minute, takes any damage while frightened, creature speed is 0, can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Vengeance S tier, I walk. Vengeance is S tier. It's really cool and it's very strong. It's not stronger than a Blade Singer or a Divination Wizard, and it's not cooler than either of those. It's not on par with these two. This is gonna be really fucking hard to get up here. I don't think a single Paladin gets up there. They're just not good enough. You read it? Alright, I'll keep going. This is good. This is just a different Paladin ability, but better, if you recall. Vow of Enmity, bonus action, using your channel divinity, you gain advantage on attack rolls against a creature. That's good. That's really good, just advantage. For a bonus action, which Paladins don't use. When you hit an opportunity attack, you move to half your speed after the attack as part of the same reaction. That's really good. Okay, I'm starting to... I get it. Like, I knew it was strong, but I get it now. I get it more and more every time. I don't see this being hard to make bad. So at 15th level, the authority which you speak about enmity. His reaction to make a melee weapon attack against that creature. Okay. That's insane. You just get probably twice as many attacks on that creature. And in 5e, you typically fight at some point one big guy, and you put it on them. And you're just gonna bam, 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 smite, smite, smite. And you're gonna blow them up. There is a world, which is very likely, where you cast this on a creature, hit them, smite, they hit, you smack them again, smite, another chunk of damage, they try and leave, you hit them again. And they've gotten one attack off and you've attacked them 3 times. Level 15. Yeah, no, you're valid. It is level 15. Plus, you already have advantage. Oh, God, it's really good. This is really strong. And this is PHB. Paladin was not bad, PHB. Okay, you know what? I think you're right. Just the numbers off this are unreal. Let's read the capstone. Using your action to undergo transformation. Also, this is so edgy. I fucking love edgy classes. Wings sprout from your back and gain flying speed of 60 feet. That's insane. But it's level 20. It's a capstone ability. It should be 60 feet, though. Is nuts. Avenging Angel. Dude. Fucking... Avenging Angel, you're kidding me. My boy SpongeBob. No, dude, come on. This is so shoehorned for roleplay. Plus the movement speed buff they have. You're valid. 90-foot combat. The thing is, you have Misty Step since you were level 5. And of course it's not as far, but it's gonna do most things you can do with a flight speed. I don't think that this is actually very good. It's good to just have, but it's not all the time, right? And let's say like Draconic Bloodline Sorcerer, they get no concentration fly speed, but they don't have it for an hour. They just get, that's it. You got wings. Pretty sure. But let's say you emanate an aura of a menace 30-foot radius every time an enemy creature enters the aura. It starts its turn there during battle. The creature must succeed in a wisdom saving throw to become frightened free for 1 minute. No cap. They didn't have to do that to him. Attack rolls, another way to build advantage. Can't stack advantage. This capstone's not that great, I feel like. More movement's good. Okay, what is Watchers? Watchers I'm also not familiar with. Oh, it's Tasha's! Alarm, Detect Magic. These are both utility that are insane. Moonbeam, solid. See invisibility, solid. Counterspell, Maybe the best spell in the game. Banishment, hold monsters, cry. These are great spells. They're all utility. Watcher blows. Watcher's will, channel divinity. Yeah, this is mid. Initiative bonus is always very good. What's the lore on this? Let's hear this. The class is mid. It's not great. Oath of Watchers binds paladins to protect mortal realms from the predations of extraplanar creatures, many of which can lay waste to mortal soldiers. Thus, the Watchers own their minds, spirits, and bodies to be the ultimate weapon against such threats. That's fucking awesome. That's really cool. That's so sick. They're like Green Lanterns mixed with like Sorcerer Supremes, or not Sorcerer Supremes, but you know, the Doctor Strange Sorcerers. You can see shit through the material planes. Yeah, this is really hard on utility, which is not what the Paladin does. It's okay. It's okay. It's too niche. Okay, and again in too niche, Arcana Cleric. You might know him as Kingston Brown. An Arcana Cleric is a cleric that worships a god of magic. They forego better cleric opportunities. Oh, cleric is an insane fucking class. Cleric is a really fucking good class. So the fact that this is too niche is pretty crazy. Grave S tier. No, Grave is not good. Unless I'm confusing Death and Grave. Yeah, I am confusing Death and Grave. Grave is good, Death is not. My fault. Yeah, no, Grave is pretty pog. Where was I? Yeah, you're better at skill. I'm sorry, I got confused. Grave can cancel a crit. Oh, that's Grave. Yeah, Grave's really solid. And their flavor is cool too. They're like a priest, like a bedside priest almost. Yeah, but you're just better at skills and you know more things, right? It might be better than too niche. Oh, it's better than all of these, at least. Well, War Magic's better than this. Honk shoo! If you're in a low combat, political strategy type of thing, it's pretty good. But, again, at that point, you're better off playing a whole different class, probably. Death is due for a rework because Grave did it better. It's a little Necromancer with your Cleric, and it doesn't work. Forge, really good, and it's awesome. You worship the god of the Forge, you make cool stuff, you can wear cool stuff, you can give out cool stuff. Just really, really awesome. I love them a lot. If I were to play a Cleric again, I would probably do Forge. Yeah, as we were talking about, Grave is very solid. I think it could be S tier. OG Artificer, essentially, yeah. And it's got all that flavor built in. It's like you're a fucking blacksmith and you're going around the party, you're making cool shit. It rocks. Knowledge is better Arcana, but still situational at best. And Redemption's actually better than all of these wizards. Life is really good. Read Grave real quick, sure. Sorry. Cleric. Subclasses. 5e. Both in Xanathars. Also, can we talk about how many fucking Cleric subclasses there are? Vine boom sound. These spells are not that great. These spells are not that great. Revivify though. But I think Clerics just get that. So, it gives you another different spell you can take off the Cleric list. Bane is based. 3 creatures of your choice you can see within range of charisma save. Fail. Target miss make an attack roll. Saving throw against spell ends. D4, subtract the number of roll. Okay, so it's an anti-bless, which makes sense because it's Bane. That's solid. That's solid. Bane is based. Yeah, you get to save for it a lot, though. Unlike Bless, which is just on you. You're better off just giving Bless. But it is cool. And the thing that Bane can do that Bless can't is you subtract from saving throws, which is always good. 1 save. Is it actually? My fault, OG. Let's see. Oh, it is the 1 save. Oh, it's for 1 turn. I feel like that makes it worse. It's solid. Especially if you got something big coming up. But you might as well attack. I feel like. Maybe not. Maybe I don't understand it. You can manipulate the line between life and death. Also, another reason Cleric is good. At first level. No big deal. I would say every class at first level, Cleric is the strongest. Without a doubt. Not only are they a really good class, especially early, but they get their juice at level 1. Their subclass. I thought they got a level 2. Maybe I'm bugging. No, I guess level 1. Spray the Dying cantrip. That's really good for first level, and you're gonna get value out of that probably the entire game, up until you start casting like really good healing spells. Detect undead, know the location. Okay, situational, but could be helpful. I mean, I feel like undead come up a lot in D&D. Duration is 1 minute. Oh, the duration's 1 minute. Okay, yeah, no, that's a good spell. I thought it was the 1 time. I did not understand that spell. I got it wrong twice. This is helpful. It's fine. Path to the Grave is an action on creature you can see. The next time you or any of your allies hits the cursed creature, the creature's vulnerability to the attack's damage. That's good. This is the juice we're looking for, I think, right? It's a reaction when you or an ally can see within 30 suffers a critical hit. You can turn that into a normal hit. I wonder what they're gonna do, because I don't think DMs can crit anymore in the new edition, right? I wonder what they'll do about that. Yeah, but that's really good. That's insane, because getting crit can just kill you, obviously. You can just fucking blow you up. Life domain is a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's really good. But people will pick this class and be like, it's just better at healing, right? For the uninitiated. People will pick it and just heal all the time, and that's a waste of your time. You want to just have really good healing and then do your other cleric stuff, right? Cast your spiritual guardians, cast your spiritual weapon, cast your bless. And as we discussed, healing typically is not worth your time. With life, it is. This is the healer. It's really good, but people get it wrong a lot. It's better than Forge. Is Blood Hunter on this list? No. It's not. Which is good, because I don't know a thing about it. Light is Fire Cleric. You're really good at casting fire. It's boomy. It's strong. You're gonna have a good time playing it. You won't wish you didn't. Illusionist is better than these. Actually, Lore's good. Lore's not better than Divination. And so it's worse than Illusion. L, whatever. I don't recognize it. If someone wants to play it, go ahead, but I could never see it again, and it wouldn't matter to me. It should be a subclass. It's too niche to be a class, dude. The GOAT made it, so I'm rocking with it. It's well designed. It's cool. We don't need to clog the classes up. The classes should be sacred. right? Like, they added Artificer. These are all super different. Blood Hunter is just the same guy wearing 3 different hats. It's cool. You know, it's not banned. If you want to play it, I'm happy for you. I would play it too. It should be a fighter subclass. Nature is it's just, you're just a worse druid, but you can be a werewolf. Yeah, no, it's cool, man. It should be a fighter subclass. This was before fighter subclasses were weird. This is when fighter subclasses were Battlemaster, Champion, Eldritch Knight was the weird one, Purple Dragon Warrior, Samurai. It was just guys who swung a sword. But now you got Echo Knight. You got Arcane Archer. You got weirdo shit in the fighter class. A blood hunter can be a fighter. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, nature's just a you're just you get cleric. You're a cleric with druid leftovers. You're mid. Sorry. Order is also mid. Peace is insane. Peace is good as hell. Which is funny. So you worship, you know, gods of love and peace. But you basically, you can like swap people out when they get hit with someone else, which is just really good battlefield control. You get good spells. It's really funny too that you're like a peace cleric, but you're like a monster. Tempest. This is unequivocally the best subclass in the game. It's attached to the best class in the game. This subclass makes these other insane classes. Grave is not as good as Peace. It dwarfs these other classes. It could be in a tier of its own. Which answers are a gamble. If anyone said Cleric, you win. 1%! 1%! Who said it? Who said 10? One of you did. Congratulations. Congratulations. Oh, Filthy Rascal. Hey, baby. Good work. Good job. Me. Tempest Cleric is unreal. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm really sorry. I fucked it up. Twilight Cleric is unreal. You are a slut for clerics. Sorry, I got them confused. Your astrology, you jump around, you do good damage, you do everything way better than everyone. You're insanely good. You're insanely mobile. You fly around way before any other class dreams of it. Your class spell list is based. You're insanely good. Let's look into it. Let's look into the fucking Twilight Cleric and just I'll have a just take a look and enjoy it really quick. Like, I think this should be worse. I think this should be nerfed. It's so good. Fairy Fire, banger. Sleep, banger. I guess. Moonbeam, solid. See invisibility, banger. Aura of Vitality, helpful. Lehman's Tiny Hut, banger. Aura of Life, also solid. Greater invisibility, insane, especially at 7th level. Circle of Power, very valid. Mislead, I don't know a fucking thing about Mislead actually. Well, I went back. What did Mislead do? 5th level Illusion. Become invisible at the same time that an illusionary double of you appears when you're standing. Oh, this is what the Illusion Wizard can do. Which is very good. Martial Weapons. Heavy Armor. Sure, why not? Dark Vision. 300 feet. Sure, why not? We'll give you Heavy Armor, Martial Weapons, and Night Vision Goggles. Sure. So basically, we're gonna turn you into a tank, and not a tank as in a strong character, but as in an Abrams. You know, a tread gun tank. As an action, share the Dark Vision. Okay, sure, why not? If you have some simpleton little stinky little humans, be like, hey, this is what it's like, and they'll be like, ah, nice. Yeah. First level, then I saw you be vigilant as an action. Advantage on the next initiative roll a creature makes. That's insane. Let's look at the other classes that change your initiative, that mess with your initiative. Bam. Just saying. Present your holy symbol. Sphere emanates from you. Temporary hit points 1d6 cleric level. Sphere moves with you 1 minute. Whenever a creature ends its turn in this phrase, grants. Ending the turn. So every turn, gain hit points. Every turn, charmed or frightened. Are monks goated or do I look silly? Monks are not very strong as a class. Monks are a weak class. Unfortunately. Monks and rangers are both weak classes with one subclass. It's like really strong. It's like a band-aid fix. Starting at 6th level, you can draw the mystical power of the night to rise into the air as a bonus action. When you are in dim light or darkness, you can magically give yourself a flying speed equal to your walking speed for 1 minute. At 6th level! Okay, sure. Why not? Infuse your weapon strikes with divine energy. Once of each of your turns, when you hit a creature with weapon strike, causes 1d8 radiant damage. If you're fighting demons, you're going to blow them the fuck up. It increases at 14th level. 17th level, summon and offer protective embrace. You and your allies have half cover. It's so good. Tempest is the same as light, except instead of fire, you do lightning, and it's a little bit better. Trickery is Loki. You're an illusionist guy. You're solid. You're solid. You can be funny. You know what? Actually, because it's an illusionist wizard that does cleric shit, so it's just a stronger illusionist wizard, essentially. They're like neck and neck. It depends. It really depends, because you can play this in a way that's better. War is alright. It's okay. It's okay. You get in there and fight. It's a lot like War Magic. It's solid. Okay, Sorcerers. I had to do a lot of research because I don't know a thing about Sorcerers, but now I know plenty. Aberrant Mind is banging. Aberrant Mind's really good. It's not as good as a different one, though. Which is this, Clockwork Soul. So Aberrant Mind is a little bit of Warlock with your Sorcerer. You have really good spells. You have a really good spell list here. You use like Far Realms magic. This is like Order magic. It's really insanely good. Let's take a look-see. So, for those that don't know, the difference between a sorcerer and a wizard is a person that learns magic. A sorcerer is a person that's born with it. Right? And a warlock is somebody that makes a deal for magic. Oops. Sorcerer's got the biggest buff in Tasha's. Tasha's really gave out a lot of just dirty subclasses. These are all good. These are all good. Use your reaction to prevent the roll from being affected by advantage or disadvantage. At level 1. At level 1. Using this once would be busted. But use it 2 times. Sure, why not? And eventually, use it 30 times. Not really, but like 5, 6. Based. It is based! 6th level, you can tap the grand equation of Also, it's so cool, the Clockwork Soul, and you're using this order magic to make everything as it should be. The Order Cleric, while not being as good as other clerics, which also is not that bad. It's better than a lot of these actually. Hydra check. I'm so illiterate when it comes to D&D, but I love it. Yeah, man. I mean, hey, like, you never know enough. You never know enough. And you need to know a lot less than you think. This is just a socialist class, which is cool. The Order Cleric. This Sorcerer as well. You spend 1 to 5 sorcery points to create a magical ward around yourself. Creatures can see within 30 feet of the ward lasts until you finish a long rest or uses feature again. The ward is represented by a number of d8s. Creature takes damage. You can spend a number of dice. Roll them, reduce the damage taken. You're just the strongest battlefield control class, probably. After the Twilight Cleric. Which is the best most things class. 14th level, gain the ability to use your consciousness as bonus action. It's just so fucking good. Let's move on. It's really good. Divine Soul, you heal. It's fine. Draconic Bloodline, you're a dragon guy. You gain... Your spells are better when you use the spell of the dragon blood you have in you. For example, a red dragon does fire. When you do fire spells, you can use a sorcery point... it's better. If it's not a fire spell, you can use a sorcery point to make it a fire spell. That sounds really good, but it's not, because you can use a sorcery spell for other stuff. And I know what you're thinking. Why don't I just be a lightning dragon? Why don't I just be a fire dragon? Because those are what all the spells are anyway. But also, that's what everyone's resistant to. So, shadow magic. Edgy, but better than all of these. Better than most of these. You're just an edgy guy. You have like a dog that runs around and can grant advantage just by being another guy on the battlefield. It's cool. I think it's too edgy. I don't like it. Sorcerers are... Hot take, sorcerers are the edgiest class. Sorry, and that's the edgiest subclass. It's cringe. It's really good though. Storm Sorcery is pretty solid. 1 second, I'm not putting it there. Sorry, give me a sec. I'm messing with my Chrome tabs. I have too many open. There we go. Okay. Are we good? Okay, Storm Sorcerer round, right? It's fine. I mean, it's again, it's mid. It's mid. You know what? Actually, it's down here, and this is up here. I think. And Divine Soul, I don't know. It's tough to say. Divine Soul gets good spells, I think. They can heal a lot. Yeah, they're pretty good, actually. I'm sleeping on them. And Aberrant Mind is not better than these. It's better than Forge. Wild Magic, banger. I love it. It's not amazing. I don't care. I love it. A lot of people ban it because it can ruin games. I'm a fan, though. I think it's not that strong. Storm Sorcerer is better than all of these. Wild Magic is not. Wild Magic is just random. Random shit happens to you. If you want chaos, and not the Aberrant Mind type of spacey, there's a big wide world out there chaos, but like you're gonna summon a pixie, and it's gonna fly around and it's gonna dive into someone's head and then they're gonna blow up. Or you're gonna accidentally, you know, make something horrible happen to the party, depending on what roll you get. Alright. Warlock time? Shit. After Warlock, I'm gonna take a break. Okay. Where are we? Archface. So Archface is you made a pact with a funny little guy from the Feywild, which is like nature squared, the plane of nature squared, where like everything's crazy. and everything grows wild and the fairies live and all that stuff. It's really, really cool. It's not very good. It is. It's mid. It's not bad. It's mid though. It's mid. Warlocks are not the strongest class. Just because of the way 5th edition is played, you don't take short rests, so they're just gonna be a worse wizard, a worse sorcerer. Obviously Eldritch Blast, so they're fine, but they're not amazing. They're outclassed by most other casters. What are we on? Celestial? Celestial's like healing. It's really cool, the flavor of it, like a warlock that makes a pact with like an angel. That rocks. It's not great. It's not great. It's better than the Archface. It's better than the Archface. It's better than the Knowledge Cleric, and it's worse than the Evocation Wizard. Oh boy. Yeah, okay. Fathomless is you've made a pact with a giant fish. You like summon tentacles that do stuff. I'm not tremendously familiar. I remember reading this when I saw it because I was like, this is awesome. I keep going a fucking RPG bot. Greater Destroyer Water is fine. Thunderwave is good enough. Gust of Wind's fine. Silence is okay. Lightning Bolt sleeps. These Bigsby's Hand is funny. Cone of Cold is good. That spell list is not good. As a bonus action, create a 10-foot long tentacle, a point you can see within 60 feet of you, lasts for 1 minute. Okay, so this is going to be competing for your bonus action, which as a warlock is better than competing for an action, because you're going to want to Eldritch Blast every opportunity you get, and it's going to let you do other stuff. Actually, no, it won't, because those are 2 spells, and you can't cast 2 spells on a turn. But it's not a spell, so you can. Yeah, okay. Good. So you're essentially summoning a guy to help you, but it's a tentacle, which is cool. It doesn't seem crazy. Does anyone know anything about this? Swimming speed of 40 feet and can breathe underwater. That's great for level 1. That's a lot of good utility depending on the situation. 6th level, you can resist the cold damage. You are fully submerged, and your creatures also fully submerged can understand your speech. Alright, well, I know exactly where this goes. It is situational. It is it's just situational. Like, you're... I don't know. I feel like if you're in a pirate game, you're gonna be great. If you're not, you're gonna be okay. Fiend, you made a pact with the devil. It's a classic. You do fire stuff and you blow shit up. It's fine. It's good enough. Yeah. I'm looking at the other ones I have up here too, making sure they're like in a respectable spot. I think I got Glamour a little low. No Kizzy. I think I do. Eesh. Yeah. No, this is fine. I'm thinking if I'm being too hard on the bards here. Genie. Banger. Insane flavor. The most flavorful class, probably full stop. Is it as good as I think? I mean, I feel like I've read it very recently. Let's see. Expanded spells. All different for the genie you take. Okay, that's a lot of reading we're gonna have to do here. Fine. Pretty good. Pretty solid. Good. Good. Ooh, very good, actually. That's the best one, I think. Love the genie. Going to the lamp. Fuck it. Yeah, going into the lamp is really good. As an action, you can go into the lamp. A lot of stuff happens. You can hit an attack roll, deal extra damage, go target proficiency bonus, damage determined by your patron. Okay, and this changes the damage type. That's pretty solid for level 1 too. Vassal's AC equals your DC. This means immune to poison, psychic damage. Solid. Take on the characteristics. You have resistance to a damage type. Okay, that's pretty good. As a bonus action, give yourself flying speed that lasts for 10 minutes, during which you can hover. You use a bonus action each. Damn, not bad at all. Again, 6th level flying for 10 minutes. Tempest just has it, which is fucking not Tempest. Twilight just has it, which is fucking crazy. It's bonus action on creature's vessel ejected to leave die. Okay, so you can let people in here. It's where did I have it? Did I put it somewhere? Where did I put it? Genie, I put it too high. I put it too high. It's very solid. Great Old One, you made a pact with a you know, fucking Lovecraft creature. It's fine. It's fine. It was like the original one. It's cool to play. It works really good. It's really cool to have. I played this recently. It's okay. Capstone for Genie. Let's see it. 14th wish, enter patron, grant a small wish. As an action, speaker desire to dream the fashion with speaking effects of one spell that's 6th level or lower. Whoa! That's really good. That is really... Oh, 1d4 long rest. I mean, sure. You get it 14th level, which is early for Capstone. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. I feel like I have it in a good spot, though. Hex Blade. Bada bing. Bada bing. Hex Blade is the... If you want to use magic and hit stuff with a weapon, this is the best way to do it. You're awesome. Eloquence Bard is worse than these. Yeah, Hexblade is... Hexblade is probably my favorite subclass in the game. There's one problem: you have to build kind of specifically for it. So that sucks. It really limits the ability you have being that class. It is the best class for subclasses. It is fucking awesome. Basically, you made a pact with the Raven Queen. You get a magical weapon, and you can change it and make it do cool stuff. And you use your charisma to hit. It's really good. Undying and Undead. I only know Undying. What's Undead? Oh, it's from Von Richten's. We're not doing it. We'll do it. I wanted to avoid Von Richten's, and Bard and Hexblade Warlock go crazy. My favorite multi-class of all time is Paladin Hexblade. It's called the Witch Knight. You know it's a good subclass when it has its own name. Okay. Bane, False Life, Blindness, Deafness, Phantom Steed, Speak with Dead, Death War, Greater Invisibility, solid. Cloud Kill's good. This is fine. Anti-Life Shell's good. Temporary hit points. Transform for 1 minute. Form of Dread. Oh, cool. I like transforming. Oh, once during your turn, hit a creature that attack may be forced to put some saving throw. Failed saving throw. Target is frightened. You're immune to the frightened condition. That's fine. 6th level, again, the power has profound effect on your body. Magic, you don't need to eat, drink, or breathe. That doesn't really matter. Bitch Knight. Don't say that. Don't say it. In addition, one during each return, hit a creature, attack roll, damage. The creature can replace the damage with necrotic damage you're using. Necrotic damage is resisted by most things you're gonna fight. Especially if you got this from Von Richten's. Because you're gonna go play in a world of dread where everybody's a skeleton. This is mid. Undying is too niche. Undying is just not that good. You just don't die. Undead seems just as bad. Undying is due for a rework because they just made it again. It's very different, but I mean, don't make it the same fucking name. Damn, we got a lot. We got a lot out. We got a lot left. I'm gonna skip to these guys next, but we're gonna take a break. Okay. Alchemist. So Artificer is just a guy who's smart. And what do you do with that? Death count looking good this stream. Don't worry about it. At a stream that's good for the death count, it's good for me. You know what I'm saying? Alchemist is the weakest of all of these. It's really cool to make potions. It's not that strong. It's really fun for roleplay, but again, it's not that great. Armorer, good as hell. Probably not S. Not good enough to be S. Not good enough to be top of A. You're in an Iron Man suit. It's fucking awesome. You can change what the suit does. Wizard also just be the smart guy. Yeah, you're a smart guy, but instead of reading books, you make stuff, pretty much. It's really cool. It's a great class. Very good addition. Artillerist, you make cannons, or you have like little mech spiders that follow you. It's pretty solid. It's a good summoner. The Alchemist is better than like half of these. No, it's not. Yeah. Artillerist is good. You have like little guns that walk around. It's one of the strongest ways to just do like martial range damage. Battlesmith, this is the best summoner. You're basically a Beastmaster Ranger, but you have like an owlbear made out of metal. Fucking is awesome. It's worse than the Aberrant Mind. Aberrant Mind is really good. Okay, we'd shoot through that. Sorry, I didn't feel like going too deep into the Artificer. Druid. Okay, this is where things are gonna get crazy. If you wouldn't mind. If you would allow me to get crazy. Okay, dreams, right? Don't fucking remember. Is there anything we really strongly disagree with so far? Tony Stark, be like... Tony Stark is often like... Tony Stark. Show the full list again. You can't see the full list. We gotta start making this baby smaller. No qualms so far, but I'm probably gonna mail you something special when I get to Barbarian. I doubt it. You're gonna be happy about the Barbarian. Barbarians, I feel like, insanely good. Okay. You come imbue with the blessings of the Summer Court. Let's see what's the lore for this. Circle of Dreams, region of strong ties of the Feywild. Okay, so you're the Fey Druid. That's cool. Bonus action, choose an ally 20 feet of you. Spend a number of those dice equal to half your druid roll, one or less. Spend the dice, add them together. Target regains that number of hit points. 1 hit point. That's solid. That's pretty solid. The healing is not unreal, but it's solid. Yeah, The more I read, the more situational this class is. This is very mid. Bing! Actually, a little worse than mid. Not tremendously worse, but worse than an Evocation Wizard, which is where I'm basing. This is the middlest middle. Which is a good class, but this is a well-balanced game. Do I think that you shouldn't play an Evocation Wizard? No. Do I think you shouldn't play a Celestial Warlock? Kind of, actually. But no, of course. Like, it's a well-balanced game. You can play any class on here. Land, also mid. This came out in the PHB. This is actually, it's due for a rework because it doesn't do anything that other Druids classes don't do. Moon Druid strong. Moon Druid very strong. Let me show you why. So the PHB had 3 Druids, right? Or 2? I thought it had 3. Land and Moon. Land was not good. Moon was good. Moon was really good. It basically just leans into Wild Shape and makes it better, which is the best thing the Druid does. You go in there, tank all the damage, deal a bunch of damage, you lose your Wild Shape, you lose none of your actual health, only the Wild Shape health, and you back the frick up, and you start casting. Really good class. And you're going to do that every fight, and it's never not going to be good. Unless you're fighting an animal handler. Shepherd. Shepherd is a really good summoner. Kugrash, if you guys watched Dimension 20. Yeah. Bottom of A. You just summon these little animals that give auras, and you summon other animals that fight for you. It's cool. You're a Pokemon trainer. Spores is bad. Spores is, you're a mushroom guy. You can't die. You can't get hurt or poisoned. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. I feel like Stars is really good. If I recall correctly. Alright, I'm just putting it there for now. Let me look, though. It's Tasha, so it's probably good. Tasha's just added a bunch of really good subclasses. Guidance, Guiding Bolt, cast without spell slot. Guiding Bolt's a great spell, so already we're off to the fucking races. Starry Form. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. You just buff yourself instead of Wild Shaping, turn into other stuff. But it's competing with Wild Shape, which is good. Wild Shape's really good. So this competing with it is not great. Yeah. Cosmic Omen, Wheel or Woe. 30 feet of you, saving third, ability check, use your reaction roll, d6. Okay, so a little bit of dice manipulation in there. That's solid. Flying speed of 20, moreover, starry return, starry form, makes change the constellation. Okay, you can change your starry form. This is mid. I was bugging. This is mid. Yeah. Wildfire. I do not know a thing about Wildfire. You probably just make boom. Yeah, you're just you're a fire guy. Primal Spirit. Use one of your Wild Shape feature. So again, it's competing with Wild Shape, so it's already going to be worse than the classes that don't compete with Wild Shape. Fireman. Yeah, so you summon a guy. Summoning guys is usually pretty good. Sometimes it can be bad. This is a tough call. I'm not sure. Heal the creature. Da, 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 da. It's pretty. The fire elemental thing you summon seems pretty decent. (13 AC, speed 30 feet, damage immunity. Immune to fire damage is solid. Can't be charmed, frightened, grappled, prone, restrained. That's pretty good. 12 passive perception's fine. That's not bad. Actions: Flaming Seed, ranged weapon attacks. Just use your spell modifier to hit. Okay, so it gets better as you get better. Range 60 feet. One target can see. 1d6 plus PB fire damage. Proficiency bonus. That's not gonna scale well. That's not gonna scale well. It's okay. It seems okay. The thing is, if you want to play a fire guy, pick a different class. That's the thing. If you want to be the fire guy, pick a different class. But it's very different because you're having a fire guy that's not you. It's a different guy. You're just the guy with the fire guy that turns into a frog. So I don't know. Beastmaster was the worst class in the game. They reworked it, and now it's pretty good. It's pretty solid. Yeah, it's not the last. I would say it's your beast is just having another guy on the field while you do other stuff. It's pretty solid. I would say it's about here. Fey Wonder, I'm not familiar with. I've never played a ranger, but I know about them enough because there's something about rangers where like new D&D players love to pick rangers, and old seasoned adventurers as well, but there's something about ranger that just attracts people. I think it's because like a wizard, I know what that does. A barbarian, I know what that does. A fighter, he fights. A bard, oh, he sings. That's kind of cool. A ranger, what the ranger doing? That sounds cool. And you're like, oh, you know, they do a bunch of stuff. Like they can, they use a bow, and they're like hunters kind of in nature, and they like explore, and like, oh, it's awesome. I want to be that. I've had that conversation like a dozen times. Real woodsy fella. He got the wood. Bing. Revised Ranger. Where's it from Tasha's? Where's the revised Beastmaster? Oh well. Fey Wander. Why is it on here if it's UA? I guess I'll rank it. I don't want to have just like one missing. I guess I'll rank it. Unearthed Arcana number 69. Okay, so you're a Fey guy. Charm Person is great. Misty Step is great. Spell Magic is great. Banishment is great. Mislead is fine. It's great. I guess it's good enough. Yeah, these are really good spells. Advantage on being charmed or frightened. Helpful. Deception, Performance, Persuasion. Helpful. The thing is, gaining proficiency in one of these is fine, but you're not gonna when the Arcana's unearthed. Yeah, Unearthed Arcana, by the way, is like it's homebrew. It's made up either by wizards and it's not officially released, or just by random dudes. So you gotta watch out when you're taking subclasses. Make sure you're taking something official. And if you want to take homebrew, talk to the DM. Do not roll up to the table with Goku because you saw it. You saw it on Reddit. Don't do that shit because you're gonna make a new character. Do not do that. Okay. One sec. I gotta turn the light on. I'm dark as hell. That's better. Okay. Extra attack. Wait, I think all rangers get that. Gain an action and be the weapon or weapons with magic. Okay, so at 3rd level, magic damage is very solid. Isn't Unearthed Arcana like D&D beta? A lot of it gets released officially. So yeah. That's pretty good. This is just about beefing your damage. Not bad. I'm gonna say this is pretty good. Yeah, this is the first ranger subclass to break the not mid. It's not crazy though. It's not as good as the Divine Soul. Not as good as the Glamour. Yeah, it's barely getting up there. Shepherd's better than Light. Okay. Gloom Stalker. Whoop! Bing! Really fucking good. Really good. It's really good. You can just you're in dark all the time. You turn invisible and you shoot people and you jump around and you're edgy and you're dark. And people can't see you. And when people can't see you, you have advantage and you just kill people in one hit. You'll deal like 100 damage. It's fucking really good subclass. Horizon Walker, you like walk around the plains. You're like a planar traveler and you defend the plains. Really cool flavor. Really, really cool. I feel like it's mid. Like if I recall correctly, you don't do anything too crazy with it. Let me double check. But I'm pretty sure it's mid. Detect Portal. Yeah, that's probably always going to be useless. It depends on the game you're playing. Planar Warrior. Bonus action. 30 feet if you hit the creature. Weapon attack. All damage stuff by the attack becomes force damage. Force damage is the best damage type, so that's good. That's something. When you're to 11th level. 1d8. Okay. This is going to be really helpful if you're fighting something that is going to resist your damage. Not as good as just making your damage magical. It's still going to be magical piercing damage when you're the Fey guy, but that's just better. What's your bard in the S tier? Eloquence. The Eloquence bard is just really convincing. It's a lot more than that, but that's the short of it. Eloquence bard is just like just makes good arguments. Bard's a strong class, so they do a bunch of things in addition to what their subclass gives them. Ethereal Step. Playing and cast Etherealness. Okay, that's good. At 7th level, it's fine. Teleport 10 feet. That's fine. The teleporting is pretty good. It's mid, though. It's a mid class. And it's attached to a sorcerer, so it's a little lower than all the other mids. Hunter's not good. Hunter needs a rework. Hunter is a battle master on a ranger. You can use like hunter stuff, like your hunter die, basically like battle master die. It competes with wild shit. It's due for a rework. It's not as bad as the rest of these, but it's a PHP class. The power creep caught up to it. It's never worth picking anymore. Monster Slayer is very situational. Very situational. And Wild Magic is pretty solid, actually. Monster Slayer is like your Geralt of Rivia, your Van Helsing. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. The thing is, it's not really mechanically obvious what your information does all of the time, and you might not ever fight that creature. It could have been done a lot better. There's a lot of situations where you do not provide value for the party, which sucks. Swarm Keeper. I like it a lot, but it's not very good. But I like it a lot. Yeah, instead of having a beast companion, you have a swarm of ants or spiders or bees or a school of fish. Anything small, you have a bunch of them. It's really cool. It's so cool that I'm going to put it higher than it should be, but it's not very good. Okay, fighter. Let's see. Is any of this, like, way out of line? Let's pull up the fighter. Alright. So, Arcane Archer. Fighter is a really good class. You're a magical archer. It's pretty mid. You gain proficiency, prestidigitation. It doesn't really make sense why you just get spells that, like, don't do anything, really. They're just the spells you're gonna cast all the time out of combat to, like, clean your shirt. We don't give a fuck. So cool! Third level, learn 2 arcane shot options. Arcane shot options below. Fire an arrow from a short bow or longbow as part of the attack action. You can apply one of your arcane shot options. Just 2 use of this ability. You can add an additional arcane shot option of your choice when you reach certain levels of this class. Okay, there we go. Banishing arrow, beguiling arrow, bursting arrow, enfeebling arrow. Okay, so this is pretty cool. It doesn't seem amazing. At a glance, 7th level, you have the ability to fuse arrows with magic. It seems like you're better picking a different class. You're better off being a Battlemaster and using a bow. I'm gonna say it is too niche. Battlemaster, banging. Ooh, Battlemaster's ass. Is Battlemaster ass? Yeah, it is. And it's not. Gloom Stalker's really good. It's better than, like, all of these, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Gloom Stalker's insane. All the Ranger classes are mid. Gloom Stalker rocks. Revised Beastmaster is solid. Yeah, Battlemaster is just you're really good at fighting, and you have these dice you use to do, like, special attacks, and they're all really good. It's awesome. It's really cool. It's the most fun you can have as a martial character. I love your paint by number. Thank you. Cavalier, your guy on a horse. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. You just are on a horse. You can move fast and you can hit people and get away. It's cool. It's fine. Being a guy on a horse is not very good. Doesn't give me ideas for role playing. Being a Battlemaster is like I'm a commander, or I'm like a guy who studies fighting. You know, that's cool. Cavalier, I'm a guy on a horse. Champion. Champion is like, it's the most basic of all time. This is the best class to play if you're new to the game. Could be a stable boy, perhaps. I'd be a guy on a horse. You can be a halfling and a big dog. That's banging. Yeah, there's cool stuff you can do with it, but it seems so bland to me. Champion is like the most vanilla. It's not bad though, but it's so fucking boring. It is so boring. And, like, the thing is, once you understand how to play the game beyond a cursory level, picking Battlemaster will make you so much better. Echo Knight is really good. You spawn another version of yourself that does stuff. and if you use it, like, hey, open the door. You don't even have to ask it. It's you. The echo of you opens the door. If it's gonna blow up when someone touches it, you're fine, and you summon it again later. Really good subclass. Eldritch Knight, I thought it was bad. I think it's actually really good now, for a few reasons, but mostly, find familiar, give yourself advantage, just until they kill the cat. It's really good. It's really good. Just adding a little bit of spells. So the best, like, split down the middle classes are the ones that dip as little as they can into the other one. Echo Knight takes a couple of spells, and that's good, because you're still a really good fighter. Can you practice kissing with your Echo? Asking for a friend. I don't think you can do that. Oh, totally you can do that. Oh, yeah. You can do that. Sci Warrior. Yeah, you use your brain. You, like, use your psychic energy to fight. It's just a worse version of the rogue one, but it's still good. Purple Dragonite, horrible. Probably the worst subclass we've seen so far. I don't think familiar can cause advantage. I looked it up, it can. Maybe think of a different spell, but it can. What about Green Dragonite? The Green Dragonite's really good. Although in my homebrew, a lot, like, flanking a monster will not give you advantage on a ton of monsters. Just things that can see all around them or have blind sight. There's no reason that flanking should give you advantage. Yes, it can. My bad. No worries. Rune Knight. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. I love it. It's my favorite fighter. You take a little bit of magic, kind of, but you don't have spellcasting exactly. It's not the strongest, but it's good. It's pretty good. You put runes on stuff, and it has magical properties now. I have no idea what Purple Dragonite is. Can you please explain? Yeah, so Purple Dragonite is like a commander type of class. All its abilities suck. It's like a meme class. All its abilities are not good. It came out early in D&D, so now it power crept. It's not good at all. It's like, it's cool flavor-wise. Like, you're a Knight of the Purple Dragon. You're all about charisma and, like, being honorable and, like, helping your friends out. But yeah, you suck, unfortunately. You just don't do much. You don't do much at all. Samurai. Samurai can get built in such a way that's very powerful. Like, if you wanted to build a really strong archer, you do a Samurai. But overall, it's not tremendous. You're better off being a Battlemaster. As with almost all fighters, you're better off being a Battlemaster. Yeah. Okay. Barbarian time. Who's hyped? Who's hyped? I've played a couple Barbarians, so I'm familiar. Let's get one thing straight. Bing, bing, bing. Bing. Top 3 in the game. You can't kill this guy. You can't kill him. Baritone Barbarian is unkillable. You cannot kill him. I don't know why I'm doing Trump hand motions. It's fucking, you can't, he resists every damage, and he's got 100 hit points. So you have to deal 200 damage to one guy. Unlikely. Really strong class. Just a sponge. Just an absolute fucking sponge. Yeah. Zealot. It's cool, but it's not amazing. It's pretty good. It's pretty solid. Basically you're zealous, right? You're filled with just like, I don't know, fervor, religious fervor for something, or not religious, but idealistic in some sense. And basically the juice is when you die, you don't, which makes it good. It's not really like fun to play, usually. But yeah, like imagine like an elite from Halo. They would be zealots. Ancestral Guardian. It's fine. You use the power of your ancestors to fight. It's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. It's better than Fey Wanderer. It's better than Divine Soul. Ugh, by a little bit. Battle Rager. Battle Rager sucks. Sorry, it's not good. I'm very sorry. It's not very good. It's not bad. It's not. We're not in bad territory, but it's not very good. So no extra points for the JoJo reference? Wait till we get to the monks. Beast. What is Beast from? Let's change the music up. It's getting scary. Scaring. Whoa, get me out of here. Beep. Oh, some dashes. Oh, I know this. Yeah, this class is not that great. This class is not that great. You get like animal parts. D&D Beyond. Ugh, not for me. It's not for me. Yeah, it's mid. It does not scale well. It does not. I played a level 21 Shadows Beast Barbarian. I was good because I was a Barbarian, not because I was a Beast Barbarian. I would have been way better as any other one. Wild Soul, also from Tasha's, adds is a Wild Magic Barbarian. It's really cool. It's also pretty good. Not amazing. But I like it a lot. And it's really fun. You just add Wild Magic to Barbarian. Berserker, very mid. You actually were a little worse than mid. You just get extra angry. You're just extra barbarian. You get extra angry. Storm Herald, I like a lot. I think it's really cool. I like it. You like have like this storm. You're the Storm Herald. When you rage, you can like do storm stuff, like water and lightning and cold stuff. It's cool. I like it. It's really flavorful. It's not the strongest in the world. It's better than Wild Soul, actually, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Where'd I put Battle Rager? Yeah, it's a little lower than that. It's a little. It's not. You know what? It needs a rework. It's not terrible, but it needs a rework. Fortnite later? Yeah, I'll play Fortnite very soon. Play Fortnite in a little bit. We're gonna. All right. Let's get to the rogues, and then we're gonna play a quick game. And the game's gonna be. Give me any character from fiction, and I'll tell you what subclass they would be if you wanted to play them. Okay, Arcane Trickster. Very good. Arcane Trickster is very good. Adding a little bit of spellcasting to a rogue makes them extremely useful outside of combat all the time, and they're also useful in combat. You don't have to skip these last two classes, bit of shit. Rogue is awesome. Assassin's cool. It's not the strongest, but it's cool. You assassinate. That's the thing. Deal a lot of damage really fast. Where'd I put it? It's a little better than that. Arcane Trickster is really good. Inquisitive. What is the Inquisitive? Okay, so yeah, it's situational. I remember this class. You're just better at skill checks, which is fine. You can like also like understand the battlefield, which is cool. Blade? Huh? What do you mean blade? Mastermind is kind of the same thing. It's not that great. I feel like it's not amazing. I'm gonna put it on the lower end of situational. Mastermind just like you're a genius, but you're a rogue, which is cool. But it's not great. Phantom. I don't recall the Phantom. Is that the one that takes the souls? That would be the Soul Knife. No, it's not the Phantom. Blade the Vampire Hunter. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll do that in a second. That's actually really easy. There's a couple options. But you would probably... They added a new subclass in Von Richten's, and I'm certain that Blade is among them. But for what we have right now, you would want Monster Slayer. Monster Slayer Rogue. Blade, Geralt of Rivia, Van Helsing, Monster Hunters are all they're all that. They're all that. You could also do Samurai Fighter. Oh, so you're a Shadowfell guy. Oh, that's cool. I like the flavor of you gain proficiencies and a ghostly presence is like sharing its knowledge with you. Whales from the grave. Sneak attack. Deal to second creature. Okay, I remember the subclass now. Yeah. So your sneak attack, you deal half damage to another creature, which is really good in certain fights and useless in other fights. But it puts it at the top of situational because if you're in the right situation, this thing is a nuke. Scout. It's okay. It's really good in exploration, so it has to be better than situational because it's rare that you don't explore in some capacity. Eldritch Knight's better than a lot of these. Yeah. Alchemist is better than a lot of these. Spirits is worse than these. Ancients is actually better than a lot of these. Crown is worse than a lot of these. Redemption's pretty good. Stormkeeper is worse than a lot of these. Mastermind is better. Okay. Soul Knife is really cool. Soul Knife is awesome. Better check the Fortnite shop. Mage crossover just dropped and Agent Smith is in. Soul Knife, you kill people and you put their soul in a token. You can use it to do cool stuff. It's pretty solid. It's really, really cool. It's a sick class. It's strong. Not incredibly strong. There are so many. The thing about rogues is there's so many better options. Swashbuckler. I hate to say it. I don't think there's an S tier rogue, but I think Swashbuckler is as close as you get. Swashbuckler is you're a pirate. It really changed the bounds of what a rogue can be. It's really cool. You're a pirate. You get your sneak attack by like doing pirate shit. It's fucking awesome. I would highly recommend that class. Thief, this is the roguish rogue. This is the extra rogue. You can unlock stuff and do traps. If a rogue's good, a thief's gonna be great. That's the way I can think of it. Okay. Monk. Darby. Alright, can't wait to open Epic Games. I lied. Oh! That's fine. That's fine. Whatever. Fine. It's chill. Astral Self, you get a stand and it's really strong and it's really good. It's an S tier class. Strong as shit. Better than a Vengeance Paladin, but not by much. So a lot like the Gloom Stalker, the Monk is a weak class with one really strong subclass. If X-Stack, you're still here. If you want to be a Monk, play an Astral Self and use your stand. You'll be fucking strong as hell. Drunken Master's hilarious. It's getting way higher than it should be because it's funny. It's really funny because you're a drunk guy. And it's not bad. It's not... Okay, I can't go higher than that. 4 elements, it needs a rework. It sucks. It could be cool if they didn't make it the way it was. You're like the world's shittiest bender. Kensai is... it's mid. Sorry, I'm burning through Monk because I don't care about them. Long Death, worse than the Kensai, but not by much. Mercy's cool. I like Mercy. Let's look at it. Monk is 2 letters away from monkey. Just a thought. Barnyard noise. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Sheep. Proficiency in medicine skills is pretty helpful. Mask appearance. Special mask when you wear it. These are the features of the subclass. Hands of healing. Okay, so this is just a monk with a little bit of healing. Spend 1 key point. That's tough. You're competing with your key points. Because you want to use your key points to stunning strike. Flurry. When you use your Flurry Buzz, you can replace one of the armor strikes. Use this feature. Okay, so it competes a little less. That's good. Hands of Harm. Spend 1 key point to deal 1 extra necrotic damage. Oh, so it's got like a little yin yang thing going on. That's pretty cool. I like this class a lot. I would totally play it. It's not, doesn't seem amazing. Hands of healing on a creature. You can also end 1 disease. That's you're just like karate chop the pneumonia out of someone. Blind, deafened, paralyzed, poisoned, stunned. That's really good. That's really good. I feel like. It's X6 level. Yeah, because if someone's stunned, like that sucks. Class you're most comfortable with, role-playing and mechanical. Well, it's not simple, but I've played like 4 wizards, so I know what they got going on. And it's easy to roleplay wizard. You're a guy who studies magic. Why you study magic? You know, you're a practiced person. Battlemaster, I'm very familiar with, and I think they're really cool, and it's interesting to think about what they would be like and how to roleplay them. I think locking in final answer, Warlock is simple. Their roleplay's baked in. I would go Warlock. I would say Warlock. Shenron! Healing and harm. Plus 1 armor strike, blah blah blah. In addition, we can armor strike for other blows. And the key points of healing and harm. Level, your Mastery of Energy opens doors, the ultimate mercy. Touch a corpse of a creature that died in the past 24 hours, expend 5 key points, creature returns to life. That's banging. This is really cool. It doesn't seem like the strongest ever. It's okay. Drunken Master, You've Been Dethroned is my favorite monk subclass. Shenron Patron. You can make it work. Open Hand is just the monkiest monk. You're just gonna like hit more and do more monk stuff. You're just a monk but better. It's actually a really good class. It's really solid. I don't know about Dragon Ball. Why should drag those balls over here? Shadow Monk's pretty good. Shadow Monk's pretty good. They're just an edgy monk. Sun Soul. Do I know anything about the Sun Soul? What is the Sun Soul? Some Xanathars. Get a new attack option. You can use special attack as a ranged attack. Oh, use Sunbolt. Okay, a little range is not bad. Spend a key point for it. Gain the extra attack and the special attack for any attacks. Okay, so you can still use it with an extra attack. That's good because monks oftentimes you attack so many times in a turn you kill it, and you got like a 2 more attacks to use. And you're just like, you know, you can't do anything because you got to run to the next guy, and you maybe use your movement that turn. So having ranged is that combos with that is good. This class isn't amazing though. This class is mid. It's attached to the monk. It cannot be crazy. Better than a Kensai. A little bit. Okay, yeah, we're done. This was a big endeavor. I had to do a ton of research, especially for the classes that I'm not familiar with. And I learned about a lot of really cool. Charles Barkley be a bard, absolutely. No doubt about it. Charles Barkley casts Vicious Mockery like 4 times a day. Yeah, I'm glad to have done it though. And I'm glad we got a little bonus stream before school starts. That being said, when school does start, it'll be Sundays only. Things might even slow down from there. Not sure, but I'll obviously keep you guys updated. If you like the D&D stuff, let me know. We can totally do more. I would love to stream a game one day. The concept scares me a lot. It's just that D&D is so busy and streaming is so busy that like combining them seems scary. But it would be possible, and it could be really fun. Yeah, I think if I stream D&D again, I think I'll go back to a character build because that was a ton of fun. This was a nice little aside, something to talk about, have fun with. Oh, I said the best class is Cleric. I think the worst class is Monk or Ranger. Both the Monk and Ranger are bad classes with really strong subclasses. One really strong subclass. Yeah, if I don't do character creation, I'll do like an encounter. That could be a lot of fun, especially if people want to learn to GM. I think I have a good amount of experience, and I would love to like make something and explain the process while I'm doing it because it's easier than you think. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little reading on Sans power scaling, which means I gotta get to work. I think it's safe to say Ranger. They fixed a lot of the Rangers' problems. The Rangers' problems weren't always class-based the way the Monks is. The Rangers' problems were subclasses, were just bad. Because it came out with the Beastmaster, the Hunter, and there were 3 in the PHP if I recall correctly. I think. I don't remember, but none of them were good. Tires out if he fights too long and eventually falls asleep. Alright, yeah. But thank you so much for watching, as always. It's good to have you guys around. If you're not following, I would consider doing it so you don't miss it out in case I like do another bonus stream. If it's by chance you caught this one and you want to catch the next one. But yeah, Sundays I stream games. And if I stream on a Wednesday, it's probably D&D.